We're in the gate. And they're off. Quintessence is hustled out with early speed. Wherever you are is flashing some good early foot too. It now puts the head in front. So it's wherever you are. And Quintessence, stride for stride, with KZ Cavalier just a length back in third. Then Without Borders, 5 off the pace in fourth, followed by Gaelic Nation. Tomorrow Never Comes, a gap of 3 to Classic Alfie, and Devil in the Bluegrass trails. It's wherever you are at the half-mile pole, pressed by Quintessence. Those two have sped 4 lengths clear. Crazy Cavalier by himself in third. Then Without Borders fourth, followed by Tomorrow Never Comes with 8 lengths to make up. Gaelic Nation together with Devil in the Bluegrass, and far back to Classic Alfie. Quintessence takes the lead on the far turn. At the rail, wherever you are, is back to second. 2 more lengths. Crazy Cavalier is in third, followed by Without Borders. Tomorrow Never Comes as the field turns for home. Gaelic Nation is starting to pick it up with a nice late bid. There's an 8th to run, and it's Quintessence in front. Down at the rail, Crazy Cavalier firing a big shot at first, asking Without Borders and Gaelic Nation. Crazy Cavalier to the front. Has to hold off Without Borders, and he will. It's going to be Crazy Cavalier winning by a length and a half. Without Borders second, Quintessence third in front of Gaelic Nation. Classic Alfie from far back completes the super high five. They're in the gate. Woolen moving around. And they're off. Perfect start. Woolen in between, going straight to the lead. Sweet Hello and Keep Your Coil are a little bit quicker. Keep Your Coil hard ridden for that early foot. Then it's Dramatizer, and DeJoria guided a bit off the rail into the first turn. It's Sweet Hello, the quickest, and going to the 6 furlong pole, clearing off to be in front by 2 lengths. Keep Your Coil is in second, followed by Woolen in third. At the rail, Dramatizer is 3.5 or 4 off the lead, and another 2 back to DeJoria. They swing on to the backstretch behind Sweet Hello, and it's Sweet Hello loose up top. Has it by 3 lengths now, as Dramatizer takes up the chase clearly into second. Then Woolen, Keep Your Coil is fourth, and another length and a half back to DeJoria. They're coming to the half-mile pole. Sweet Hello, unchallenged, leads it still by 2 lengths. Now Woolen is getting a little bit closer, racing side by side with Dramatizer. Another 3 lengths back comes DeJoria, and Keep Your Coil has flattened out to last. 3 furlongs out. Sweet Hello still the target. A length and a half in front. Dramatizer, Woolen. There's room at the rail for Dramatizer, and she does take advantage. And here's Dramatizer with a nice bid, taking command with 1/4 mile to go and doing it nicely. Dramatizer opens up 3. Sweet Hello, followed by Woolen. They're coming to the 8th pole, and Dramatizer turning this into an absolute romp. Sweet Hello had no response. Neither did Woolen or any of the others. A strung out field behind Dramatizer, and Giovanni Franco airing it out. It will be Dramatizer to win by 7, and that margin kept increasing. Might be more. Sweet Hello second, Woolen and DeJoria. Kids on the Block and Keith Urban. Yamava Resort and Casino, California's #1 entertainment destination. Your money to the outside. Walks in. And they're off. Donnie the Cairo is very fast away from the gate. Immelman comes through. Special Club in the red is in the mix. Beer Money on the far outside goes right after Donnie the Cairo. It's a gap of 3 to Thirsty Thursday, followed by Smoke 'em Easy, who was off slowly, and Refocus at the back of the field. Into the far turn, Donnie the Cairo leads the way. A length and a half to Beer Money in second, Immelman at the rail, and Special Club is fourth with 3 to make up. It's another 3 lengths back to Smoke 'em Easy on the inside of Thirsty Thursday, and 3 more to Refocus. They're a quarter of a mile from home. Donnie the Cairo, Beer Money under the whip, trying to get by second. Special Club just behind them, as is Immelman, who comes through along the inside. They're in the final furlong. Beer Money, Special Club coming with after him with big strides now. Special Club now takes the lead coming to the 16th pole. Beer Money is fighting with him, and here's Refocus from out of nowhere. Refocus flying fastest of all to win it. From last to first, a ferocious rally from Refocus to nail Special Club. In the gate. And they're off. Blazing Bardot, Sky Sailing is quick. Danita Rose on the extreme outside, and Fiamina. Our Marilyn Lonroe hugs the rail, trying to get through that narrow opening. And at the back of the field, it's High Flying Gracie. It's Danita Rose who's fastest and clears off to lead by 2. Sky Sailing in second, followed by Blazing Bardot, our Marilyn Lonroe. Third and fourth, another 3 back to Fiamina, 7 lengths off the pace, and High Flying Gracie. They swing on to the backstretch, and it's Danita Rose leading and trying to slow things down. A length and a half in front. Sky Sailing is in the second spot, followed by Blazing Bardot and our Marilyn Lonroe. Another length, High Flying Gracie, Fiamina. They've taken closer order. 4 lengths covers them. They're a half mile from the wire. And it is Danita Rose and Juan Hernandez in front by a length. Sky Sailing trying to apply some pressure second. 2 more, Blazing Bardot in third. High Flying Gracie, our Marilyn Lonroe has lost some ground. Nothing yet from Fiamina, who's tailed off. They're coming toward the quarter pole. It's Danita Rose, a half a length in front. Blazing Bardot, Sky Sailing back to third, and then High Flying Gracie, they turn for home. Blazing Bardot testing Danita Rose, and Blazing Bardot has run by coming toward the 8th pole. Blazing Bardot opens up 2 lengths with a furlong to finish the job. Danita Rose trying to hold second. High Flying Gracie takes that spot. It's Blazing Bardot home free. Blazing Bardot in a good-looking victory dominates. Wins by almost 4 lengths. High Flying Gracie second. Danita Rose and Sky Sailing. Up next, the 5th. Started the $3 all-turf pick 3 and the 50-cent late pick 5. 22 minutes to post. Here's Smart Kitten. We're all in line. And they're off. Frazzled, Highlands, Dendera in between them. Here's Smart Kitten on the outside. So it's Frazzled and Smart Kitten to battle it out on the front end. Dendera 2 behind them in third, and Highlands inches toward the rail in fourth. Quarry of Thunder is next, and Warrior Lady is at the back of the field. The lead belongs to Frazzled, and it's Frazzled in front by a length and a half. Smart Kitten on the outside, and Dendera tucked in neatly in third. 2 more lengths back to Highlands, fourth, 4 lengths off the leader. Then it's Quarry of Thunder and Warrior Lady. Down the back stretch, Umberto Rispoli and Frazzled, controlling the pace on the front end, with Smart Kitten in second. At the rail, Dendera keeping pace third, coming to the half-mile pole. It's another 2 back to Highlands in fourth, Quarry of Thunder still fifth, and Warrior Lady. Frazzled, a 2-length lead into the far turn as Dendera inches forward on the inside. Smart Kitten still holding second narrowly. Fourth belongs to Highlands, 3.5 off the pace. Warrior Lady has made a little bit of headway. And at the back is Quarria Thunder. They pass the quarter pole and turn for home. Frazzled. Dendera moves to her in second. Frazzle the neck. Dendera alongside. Highlands picking it up extreme outside as Warrior Lady comes through at the rail and Quarria Thunder finds a seam inside the eighth pole. Dendera Highlands. Highlands on the outside of Dendera. Nose and nose. Quarria Thunder at the rail. It will be Highlands. Highlands to prevail. Extremely close photo. Either Dendera or Quarria Thunder. Warrior Lady a distant fourth. We're in the gate. And they're off. Thrust comes out running. Potential Spam has speed. Arrogate Spirit, hard ridden up and on the pace too. Winning big, hard money. Muchachos caught very wide into the first turn. Fireman Dan is toward the back of the field, racing on the inside of Worst Reed Sanchez. Syntactic 4 wide and last. Easy lead for Thrust. Opens up 3 with 6 furlongs to run. Arrogate Spirit is in second, now 4 behind this front runner. They're followed by Winning Big, hard money. Muchachos outside of him. It's a gap of 3 to Potential Spam. Fireman Dan, Worst Reed Sanchez outside of him, and Syntactic at the back of the field. Thrust widens 7 or 8 lengths now with 4.5 furlongs to go. Arrogate Spirit is in second. They're followed by Hard Money Muchachos on the outside of Winning Big. Potential Spam, Fireman Dan. Fireman Dan moving up nicely on the outside to take fourth. It's another couple back to Syntactic and Worse Reed Sanchez. 3 furlongs out, and Thrust is the leader by 6 lengths. Arrogate Spirit, Hard Money Muchachos in third. Potential Spam starting to pick it up on the inside of Fireman Dan. Another 3 lengths back, Winning Big and Syntactic. They're a quarter of a mile from home, and it's Thrust still with a 2-length lead, but shortening stride now. Arrogate Spirit on the far outside. Coming is Hard Money Muchachos along with Fireman Dan, and looking for room. Potential Spam trying to split rivals for the final 16th. In the meantime, Hard Money Muchachos on the inside. Arrogate Spirit. Arrogate Spirit is just in front of Hard Money Muchachos. They'll come for the wire together. Arrogate Spirit and Victor Espinoza get the money. 3/4 of a length. Hard Money Muchachos second in front of Fireman Dan, Potential Spam, and Syntactic. Marina's Tina to the outside. We're in the gate. And they're off, and We Miss Grammy bounces out very alertly, takes command at once. Port Ellen, No Time for Squalls, taken back now as Pink Whitney moves up in the yellow colors. Cameron Slup is 3 wide into the first turn, and Marina's Tina is guided over to the inside as We Miss Grammy takes them into the first turn. It's We Miss Grammy and Juan Hernandez. Pink Whitney races in second. About 1.5 lengths off the pacemaker. They're followed by Port Ellen, and No Time for Squalls is in the 4th spot with less than 6 furlongs to go. Marina's Tina is under a nice hold in 5th, 4 lengths off the lead, and Cameron's Love outside of her. They swing on to the backstretch, and it's We Miss Grammy dictating terms, leading by about 1 length to Pink Whitney in second. No Time for Squalls. Port Ellen in the dark blue along the inside, a close-up 4th. 2.5 off the lead with less than a half mile to go. Marina's Tina is traveling kindly, inching right into contention between rivals. There goes Marina's Tina. Just needs to find some racing room, and a gap of 4 to Cameron Slough. Pink Whitney puts the pressure on We Miss Grammy and takes the lead midway on the far turn. Marina's Tina is in third. Port Ellen is down at the rail. Cameron Slough is trying to rally behind. No time for squalls. They have less than a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Pink Whitney with a narrow lead. We miss Grammy Marina's Tina on the outside. Port Ellen is trying to slice through traffic and doing just that. Inside the 8th pole, here's Port Ellen on the inside of Pink Whitney with Marina's Tina. 3 of them come for the wire together. Port Ellen and Umberto Rispoli. Port Ellen prevails. Pink Whitney was second. It's a photo for third between Marina's Tina and a flying Cameron Slough. And they're off. It's a fast start for Ultimate, but he is immediately headed by Roll-On Big Joe in between rivals. And Qatar is also in the mix. 3 of them vie for command. Joe Don Looney fourth down at the rail. Principe Carlo. They're followed by Mr. Iceman and Tarantino. 5 lengths covers them. Qatar is the leader coming past the half-mile pole, doing it easily too. Opens up a length. Principe Carlo takes second. Ultimate Roll-On Big Joe are next. Joe Don Looney, yellow cap, 3 lengths off the lead, followed by Mr. Iceman and Tarantino. Past the 3/8 pole, Principe Carlo has gotten to the front. Qatar neck back second. A length and a half to Ultimate, a 3 deep third. At the rail, Roll-On Big Joe is fourth. Moving up willingly along the inside as the field turns for home. Roll-On Big Joe angles off the rail to come after Principe Carlo. Mr. Iceman has surfaced on the back of the field. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. And Roll-On Big Joe up to take command. On the outside, Ultimate is coming after him in second. Principe Carlo back to third. Tarantino with a late burst of energy. It will be Roll-On Big Joe. Nicely handled to victory. Tarantino an oncoming second. Ultimate third in front of Principe Carlo and Mr. Iceman. Russell's Hustle goes in. Quality Wins coming up. They're in the gate. And they're off. Uncle Reg and Legitify vying for the early lead. JB strikes back, splits that pair, and is up to take the lead. Then it's another 2 back to Russell's Hustle on the outside of Supreme Coast, who races on the rail 8 lengths off that leader, which is now Legitify in a clear-cut fashion. Down the back stretch, Legitify opens up 2. JB strikes back in pursuit second. They're followed by Quality Wins and Russell's Hustle right together, third and fourth. A gap of 4 to Uncle Reg. Supreme Coast. Antibes is second to last with 8 to make up, and another 2 to Zafiro Anejo. It's Legitify who rounds the far turn in front. Swarmed in by JB Strikes Back and Quality Strikes on the outside. They're followed by Russell's Hustle. Uncle Reg, Good Trip, starting to inch into contention now, fifth, just 3 lengths off the lead, followed by Supreme Coast and Antibes there at the top of the stretch. And Uncle Reg is coming with a smart rally in the center of the race course. Here comes Uncle Reg, sustained bid up to take command, leaving Legitify, Quality Wins, and all the others behind. Big day for Umberto Rispoli as Uncle Reg wins easily. Second to Quality Wins. Then it was Russell's Hustle, followed by Legitify and Zafiro Anejo.
Hi, everybody, and happy California Gold Rush Day. That's right. Today is a day for the Calbreds. All 10 races are exclusively for Calbreds, and we have 5 stakes races on today's 10-race card. It's a cause for celebration for all the people involved with horse racing here in the state of California, the owners, the breeders, the jockeys, the trainers, the beautiful men and women who support our industry on a day in and day out basis. Talking about celebrations, what about our seminar guest today? He's a Calbred. He's also celebrating his birthday. He's a world-famous clocker as well. From nationalturf.com, his name, Andy Harrington. Andy, happy Saturday. Happy birthday as well.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes.
I felt so bad for the invite. When I invited you, I didn't realize it was your birthday, but according to you, it's just another Saturday in a week full, and a year full of them.
I think when we all reach a certain age, the birthday just becomes a Saturday. So it's less said about the birthday. We just move on.
Well, you don't take a day off, that's for sure. You're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year for the most part. And as I mentioned, your work can be seen at nationalturf.com. Your birthday is, of course, a cause for celebration, but of course, life also represents death. And one of our good friends and your co-worker and founder of nationalturf.com, unfortunately, Bob Selvin, passed away not too long ago. It caught most of us by surprise. We knew he was in ill health, but nevertheless, the finality of it is something that a lot of us can never really accept. Talk to us about your relationship with Bob and what he meant to you from a professional standpoint.
Well, Bob and Jeff Siegel started National Turf online. They had originally started Handicappers Report and moved on to National Turf. They
were pioneers back in the day when not everything was online.
They were pioneers in Handicappers Report and then they went online. This is the late 90s, back when I don't even know if there was.
I think there were dial-up modems.
Yeah, no, it was very true. They were very prescient. They saw what was coming, and it overnight reduced to the mailing costs, which were onerous, to zero. So they saw that, so they set me up as their clocker, basically, and it's just over time and word of mouth and some good spots on Quigley show.
The rest is history,
so to speak. But Bob did pass a couple months ago. He had Alzheimer's. It was just like everybody who has experienced Alzheimer's, from close or far. It's a progressive disease.
He was a free spirit, though. That's how I like to remember him. I was seeing him at Hollywood Park on Friday nights and on a lot of TV shows. He looked like he loved life.
At his memorial service, his family put out a lot of his suits. He was he spent a lot of money on suits.
Flamboyant.
Cufflinks. He had dozens and dozens of cufflinks. I don't have a cufflink, so I felt I said maybe I can take one. So, but he was very much. He would dress to the nines. He loved the whole show. He loved to go in Hollywood Park in the Turf Club and Santa Anita in the Turf Club. He really enjoyed his time at the track. So you really have to take your hat off to him for that.
He was a pioneer and a true horse player, that's for sure. Now let's get back to brass tacks here. You've been up since 2:30 this morning. You came to clock as soon as the horses hit the track. Were there one or two works that maybe caught your eye this morning, Andy?
There were a couple. One which is noteworthy was Tamara, who last seen in the Breeders' Cup, worked today. She is up to 5'8". She worked out of the gate with
from
Mike
the Richard
Smith.
Mandela barn.
Richard Mandela barn. She is up to 5'8" now. She probably is maybe 3 or 4 weeks away from a race, maybe early in Del Mar. But she looks really good. She beat 2 Mark Glad horses rather easily. She did everything real easy. Mike let her gallop out around the track, and I saw her walk off, and she was prancing. So she looks like she's whatever bugaboo it's over with, and hopefully she'll move forward with as she goes to 6 furlongs. And knowing Richard Mandel, he'll probably work her 7.
I haven't had you on the seminar, Andy, since the new synthetic track was installed for the training track. What have been your observations so far in the synthetic track? Are horses getting over it easily? Are they getting something out of their works? Just what's your general assessment?
It's a boon for the turf horses. Our track, turf horses sometimes will just get exhausted on our dirt course. They sort of struggle a little bit, and then mentally it sort of sours them on things. The synthetic, they just skip over the top. They don't sink that far into it. Turf horses handle it really well. Almost all people like Phil D'Amato, those guys, Mark Glad, they will work all their turf horses virtually on the synthetic because I think it's a better experience for them. I've seen that they get, I think what's happening is when we have cooler weather, it's faster.
Which we are now.
It's cloud cover. Now, when it gets warmer late in the day, it sort of softens up and becomes a bit of a struggle for them. So far, we haven't really gotten to June and early July where it gets very hot out here. So we'll see how much that affects them. So far, it seems to be, it's super well received. It's very popular. It's probably slightly more popular than the sand turf training.
The old training track.
Yeah.
You mentioned something interesting that I want to quickly follow up on, and that is you talked about maybe how the main track or even the synthetic track can change over the course of the morning. Do you have to factor that in when you're looking at workout times or analyzing workouts? In other words, maybe it's more glib at 5 or 6 a.m. and as it gets later on in the morning, it becomes duller and slower. Do you kind of have to factor that in?
I think most trainers would rather work earlier than later. They think the moisture content is higher because it's the sun hasn't beaten down on it. Now, most of the time, like right now, we're in sort of this May gloom, and so it's cool, it's fine. There's no difference. I've found that when you get to the sunny days and late, the 9 o'clock break is the last break. It can become a bit of a slog out there. The water evaporates very quickly once the tractors go around, and it's a much deeper, more difficult surface. Because I think most trainers will work their better horses if they can at the 6:30 break when you've got the moisture content and the bounciness at its peak.
We've got a terrific 10-race California Gold Rush Cup Day card on tap. Andy has some workouts that he wants to show you. He thinks you're going to be able to cash a few winning tickets as a result of that. But before we do any of that, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati and get the early changes on today's card here at the Great Race Place.
There are no changes in the first race. The second race starts the early pick 4, scratch number 6, Datsuk. There's no high 5 wagering in race 2. The third, scratch number 3, Big City Lights. The third is the Thor's Echo Stakes. The fourth is the Crystal Water. We have a middle pick 4 starting with race 4. No scratches or jockey changes. In the fifth, scratch 3, Ace Ace Baby. Scratch number 5, Willow Cove. 3 and 5 are out of race 5, which starts the $1 pick 6. The 6th is the Franz Valentine Stakes. Scratch number 2, Jesse Bear. Overweights, number 4, Sneaker, 4 pounds over. And number 9, Moment's Pleasure, 2 pounds over. The 6th race starts the all-turf pick 3 and the late pick 5. In the 7th, scratch 2, Tizzy Twister. The 8th is the Snow Chief Stakes. No scratches or jockey changes. The 9th, the Melaire, starts the Golden Hour pick 4. No scratches or jockey changes. And in the 10th, scratch number 12, Bronco Nagurski. It's the start of the Golden Hour double. Enjoy your day as we spotlight the Calbreds here at Santa Anita Park. Post time for the opener in 56 minutes at 1 p.m. Let's go back to Quigley's Corner. Tom's special guest today is Andy Harrington, whose great work can be found at nationalturf.com.
Welcome back. We're talking horses with Andy Harrington. He's the workout analyst, and you can find his work at nationalturf.com. He puts out a workout report on a daily basis. You will definitely become a better handicapper as a result of reading his report. Andy, before we take a look at today's outstanding 10-race card, just a quick mention about a promotion that our corporate partners at firstbet.com and expressbet.com are having. It's all Memorial Day weekend. There's a $5,000 hit it and split it on a daily basis for the late pick 4. If you play the late pick 4 at Santa Anita here through either expressbet.com or firstbet.com and hit the Santa Anita Park late pick 4, you'll share in a $5,000 bonus. So make sure you get involved. The late pick 4 today, tomorrow, and Monday, holiday Monday, they're all outstanding. Big field sizes, very competitive racing. So 31 races to tackle, both 10 today and tomorrow and 11 on Monday. Should be a great weekend of racing. That's one of the reasons why we have you here, Andy. We need you to walk us through today's 10-race card. Kicking things off in race number 1, which begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. We're sprinting the abbreviated sprint distance of 5 furlongs in the turf course. All the races are for Calbreds. This particular one happens to be 3-year-old fillies, allowance optional claimings to types. The rails today are at 10 feet. We've got a field of 7. The morning line favorite originally was Clubhouse Bride, but the one who is the current betting choice at 3-1 is number 4, Quick Kate from the Craig Lewis barn. Talk to us about race 1, if you would, Andy.
This race kind of comes up with a lot of speed. The inside 3 horses all seem to have one way to go. So I'm hoping that they'll be, even at 5 furlongs, you can make up ground on this course rather easily. The 5 horse in here really thirsty from the Peter Miller barn, just won here at the beginning of May. Her 2 best races are on the grass. They're both bang-up races. It looks like she's got tactical speed. She can lay right behind the inside 3 is the way I read it, and make first run. So I thought she was well meant. I went as my second choice, the 4, Quick Kate, who looks like going to be the deepest closer in this group. J.J. Hernandez, who was on Quick Kate, moved over to the Peter Miller barn, which swayed me a little bit. But the way the race shapes up in my head is she will make the last run. Whether she gets there or not is we will see.
Let's turn the page, take a look at race number 2. Begins the 50-cent early pick 4. We're sprinting 6 furlongs in the main track. This race is for maiden special weight, once again, Calbreds. Scratch the 6, leaves us with a field of 6. Brian Coroner trains 2 in here, including the morning lane favorite, the second-time starter, number 5. Smoke him if you got him. Tyler Bay's in the saddle. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Andy, we want to watch a workout for the other Brian Coroner a first-time starter. It's the only 4-year-old in the field. It's number 2, Smiling Beast, courtesy of our friends at xbtv.com. Here's the workout, Andy. Smiling Beast is going to be down on the inside in the white blinkers in this trio of workers. Tell us why you wanted to show this workout and what you think about Smiling Beast.
This is what you want to see for a first-time starter. He took the hold and fell back rather easily, probably getting some dirt kicked in his face, but relaxed nicely. In his gait drills, which we do not see, he has a lot of speed. So this is wonderful to see for a horse that's running for his first time. He just whooshes through these two. I mean, they're not the greatest horses in the world, but he makes it look really easy.
And he does it down on the inside, which can be intimidating for a first-time starter.
Very much so. It's this one. I had 47.59.1. They gave it a minute, but it did everything rather easily. He waits on those other horses. It's a professional drill, and like I said, coming out of this drill,
look at this acceleration, by the way. This late acceleration was eye-catching to me.
And those horses got up at the wire. This one they gave an extra furlong down to the 7/8 pole, which I got 12 flat from the wire down the bottom, which is racehorse time really. So, and then like I said, coming out of this drill, it showed a lot of gate speed on the May 11th drill. So I get a horse that comes from behind and shows some speed out of the gate. I think all systems are go. They get the leading rider, J.J. Hernandez, and so I think this one's going to be awfully tough.
We see you like Smiling Beast, the workout video that we just watched on top, but you also like Kisna, first-time starter from the Dan Blacker's assistant barn. Tell us why.
The last couple drills it's not super fast early, but the gate drill, Antonio Fresu was up on the horse. It breezed. It did everything right. It's a real professional horse. I think this was the kind of horse that will run on and pick up pieces. I don't know if it's 100% cranked up to run 6/8. It has no drills past 5/8. The gate drill was easy. There has been no particularly barn burner kind of drills. So I think this horse is probably 90% cranked up, but I think it might be enough to get a small piece.
Race number 3 is the first of 5 stakes races on today's card. It's the Thor's Echo Stakes, $100,000 guaranteed for sprinters going 6 furlongs in the main track. Scratch the 3. Big City Lights leaves us with a field of 4. And the star of the show, at least as it relates today, is number 1, the Chosen Vron, who's 2-5 according to John White. All the Chosen Vron has done is won 11 of his last 12 races. His only race in defeat was in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, where he basically split the field. He's a cool horse, having earned over in excess of $1.3 million. Trained by Eric Kruljack, ridden by Hector Barrios. The scratch of Big City Lights was a big one. Do you see anybody that can maybe stay in the same zip code?
No, I'm just hoping the horse breaks clean and this wins and does it probably rather easily. It's just so much better than this field. Now that Big City Lights is out, it's going to be almost a walkover, I think. Hopefully, this horse can keep up its form in the sprint series at Del Mar.
Race number 4 begins the 50-cent middle pick 4. We offer a middle pick 4 whenever we have race cards of 10 races or in excess, and that's the case today. And race number 4 is the second stakes race on the card. It's the Crystal Water Stakes, $100,000 guaranteed, going 1 mile on the turf course. We've got a good field of 9. Number 8, Clouseau, is a first-time gelding, but here's another potential early pick 5 single. Number 4, Kings River Knight from the John Sadler barn. Even money, won this race last year. You're looking for a duplicate effort of that today?
It probably will win, but I went as my first choice, the one directly to his outside Old Pal, who's done absolutely nothing wrong. Something that swayed me a little bit about this race was the 8, Clouseau, who I did not pick, is gelded. And the last drill on Clouseau, they sent it off in 34. My guess is this horse is going to wing ding out there and see if they can steal it. I don't think that's possible. I found it interesting. Maldonado sticks along, who's probably I think consensus is the best front running rider out there right now on the circuit.
I would agree with that. And
I think they're going to send him, which might compromise Kings River Knight, and obviously Kings River Knight is even money in the program, going to 4-5, 3-5. So I went with Old Pal in here because he's really, the horse has done nothing wrong. Came back with a really bang up race. I don't even know if he was well meant in that race because Mike was just riding like he was riding, and then all of a sudden it took off in the lane. It was fantastic. So I can see maybe even further improvement here. So I went the 5, Old Pal, over the 4, Kings River Knight, who's the obvious favorite and well deserved.
Race number 5 begins the $1 pick 6. It's an excellent sequence today, and we kick things off in race 5. Sprinting 5.5 furlongs in the main track for maiden claiming Fillies and Mirrors, in for a $50,000 tag. 2 scratches. Scratch the 3, Ace Baby, as well as the 5, Willow Cove. Leaves us with a field of 7. The morning line favorite on the bottom is number 9, Hot Danzing from the Peter Miller barn. 5-2 on the morning line. Hasn't been seen in quite some time. Give us your thoughts on race 5, Andy.
I went with the Real Castagna, the O'Neill horse. It comes out of a maiden 20, and this is a Thoroughbred 50, which is kind of the same. It's slowly gotten better. The winner won off by almost 5 last time. from the rail, I think they'll send this with Antonio. So I went with that horse. I think they're going to bet the Peter Miller on the outside. He's my second choice, or she's my second choice. I've got nothing bad to say about the horse. I mean, she's done pretty well, but it's going to suck up a lot of betting dollars with the leading rider up and Peter Miller, who wins at a high percentage and has for a long time.
Race number 6 is the third stakes race on the card. It's the Franz Valentine Stakes, $100,000 guaranteed for fillies and mares going 1 mile on the turf course. It also begins the 50-cent late pick 5 as well as the $3 all turf pick 3. One scratch the 2. Jesse Bear leaves us with a field of 10. The morning line favorite on the far outside, number 11, Stay and Scam, who's dropping out of open company into Calbreds, is the 5-2 morning line choice. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Andy, a couple of videos to watch. First of all, a workout for the recently claimed Carmen Miranda, claimed for $80,000 by Rona's Racing and John Sadler. This workout was back on May 3rd. Carmen Miranda is going to be on the outside in the red cap. Why'd you want to show this workout?
This horse worked with Battle Cruiser here. You know, what's I found interesting is John put blinkers on the horse. And the horse isn't running in them. All the other drills on her are without blinkers. I don't know if he was just fiddling around with her, you know, because John usually doesn't do that stuff, John Sadler. Some trainers will put blinkers on horses in the morning to kind of wake them up, but they won't put them on in the afternoon, or vice versa. They'll take them off in the morning to relax them and then put them then keep them on in the afternoon. The drill was really good. They've given us when they claimed this horse, I think they had this spot in mind. It was a $100,000 stakes against Calbreds. The route races this horse has had have been really good. I think she's gotten to the age where it's better for her to go long. They kept sprinting her, and sometimes as you get older, you just can't move quite as fast as you did. So the more modest pace of a route race would suit her now.
Andy, we saw briefly on the graphic that you do like Carmen Miranda as your top pick, but I'm going to try and sway you that maybe there's a couple long shots worth considering in here. And we're going to watch the replay that both 2 runners in this field exit. It's the race back on April 28th. It was the very first race, and the 2 runners we're going to focus on are Abita, who is number 3 on today's card. She's going to break from post position number 6, or be wearing saddlecloth number 6. But the one I want you to pay close attention to is She's Misbehaving, who's number 5 on today's 6th race. She's going to break from the far outside in the replay we're about to watch. She's going to be wearing saddlecloth number 9. She's wearing yellow silk. She's going to be wide every step of the way. The punters haven't figured her out. She's won 2 of her last 3 races. Last time out, she won at 68-1. 2 races before that, she won at 37-1. And I think she's going to fire big again today with Tiago Pereira in the saddle, simply because when we watch this replay, she's caught wide every step of the way, and she comes home in less than 24 seconds. So let's listen to Frank Miramati describe the action and focus on the runner breaking from the far outside by the name of She's Misbehaving.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Fast Giselle gets the first call. Ankura up alongside in second. Quarry of Thunder comes away in third. Then it's Spring Magic fourth, 3.5 or so off the lead. They're followed by Graze My Heart. Inside, She's Misbehaving, Abita, and In Your Face at the back. Ankura is up to take a narrow lead over Fast Giselle, but does go very wide, and Fast Giselle is now back in front, and in fact by more than a length. In third is Quarry of Thunder, moving toward the rail. They are followed by Spring Magic, who's racing in the 4th spot. Down at the rail comes Graze My Heart. She's Misbehaving behind them. Then it's Abita and In Your Face. Fast Giselle heads toward the half-mile pole with a length lead on Ankura in second. A length and a half. Spring Magic's been under a hold most of the journey. Down at the rail comes Grazed My Heart, racing a joint 4th on the inside of She's Misbehaving, and Quarry of Thunder in traffic between those two. In Your Face in the yellow, trying to make some headway, also in heavy congestion, and at the back, Abita. Fast Giselle, Ankura 1-2 throughout. Spring Magic a 3-wide third. Graze My Heart saving every inch of ground along the inside. Quarry of Thunder is next, followed by In Your Face. She's Misbehaving. At the back is Abita. They're at the top of the stretch. Fast Giselle, Ankura half length back in second. A length more Spring Magic. She's Misbehaving on the outside. Graze My Heart at the rail, and in between Quarry of Thunder. Wild finish. She's Misbehaving. Didn't have the best of beginnings, but finished up full of run to score by a length. Abita.
Andy, she's misbehaving. As I mentioned, fooled the handicappers once again. Abita came flying late, just ran out of real estate. We know you like Carmen Miranda, but you also like another runner I like in here as well, the 3-year-old filly from the Craig Lewis barn, number 9, Moments Pleasure, who's got that good improving by her speed figure pattern. What do you like about her? Is there something in the morning you've seen?
The horse has always trained well. I think it could have been. I think it's going to get a more of a kind of a rate further back than she was last time. All her races have been really good. Her first 2-turn race, she just got nailed on the wire. The maiden race was strong. She's lightly raced. She's got some upside in my mind, and she's 12-1 in this field.
Race number 7 begins the 50-cent late pick fourth for fillies and mares going 6 furlongs in the main track, allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. Scratch the 2, Tizzy Twister leaves us with a field of 7. Number 4, Dancing Cat, another long layoff returning from the Peter Miller barn, taking blinkers off, is a 3-1 morning lane favorite. This is a tough race for me to decipher. How'd you see it, Andy?
It was totally hard for me to decipher also. So I went with the rail in here because Irish Wahine has won 10 races out of 23.
She's got a nose for the wire, doesn't she?
And she's won on the rail. She's won up the rail. She wins no matter where they put her. People drop her, they claim, step her up. She tries every time. So that was sort of the deciding factor. I know she's going to at least give her best in a race that looks very kind of like a scramble race to me. So 7-2, the rail. Hope she breaks good and Bobby Gonzalez can get her up close. But if she's anywhere near the top couple in the lane, she'll give you it'll be a dogfight.
Having looked at your report earlier this morning, Andy, I think you also like number 5, Wish They All Could Be, a little bit as well from the Hector Palma barn. What is it about her that you like in the morning?
She's a really nice workhorse. She's been her own worst enemy oftentimes. She'll get antsy in the gate. She'll break behind the field, the whole thing. Now, I mean, I just went the other direction. You could go with her in this race. I could totally see it. Interestingly, Hector Palma worked her she claimed the horse and worked her really fast, like 4 times in a row. She ran what I thought was a slightly flat race last time, but come back with 2 real easy drills. I think he's sort of reverse course as far as his training, way to train this horse. So maybe this would be a lot better. I mean, you don't need to train a horse. She's a 6-year-old, been around a long time. You don't need to work the horse 46 after one week after the other. So maybe that'll be a better way to approach her.
Race number 8 is the 4th stakes race on today's card. It's the Snow Chief Stakes, $125,000 guaranteed, presented by City National Bank. Welcome to our sponsor, City National Bank. They're on track here today. Hope you have a great time and a fun afternoon gambling. We're traveling 1 mile and an eighth on the turf course for 3-year-old Calbreds. A full field of 10 in the Maury Line favorite down on the rail. Number 1, Shady Tiger, who is going 2 turns for the very first time from the Phil D'Amato barn. Another wide open, bit of a chaotic race, Andy. Give us your thoughts on race 8.
Well, in a race like this, I went with the 5, Curlin's Chaos. This horse shows up every time. Every route race has been either a winning race or it was not embarrassed with running in 2 graded stakes races against Stronghold, was still trying at the end. 1 mile and an eighth. A lot of these horses do not want to go 1 mile and an eighth. I think this horse will go 1 mile and an eighth and even further. It'll show up too, because every race has been good, but the route race has been particularly good. So I went with the 5, Curlin's Chaos, and the horse right inside of it, 2x4, has shown some really big races here and there. I think they can get 1 mile and an eighth. I'll be honest with you. I'm not quite sure if this one is best as a late running sprinter or not. But getting Hector Barrios up, I'll take a shot in this horse. It's 6-1, and I think it'll get a little lost in the shuffle. They're going to bet the rail, which Shady Tiger could definitely. He has a talent to win, but it's going from 6 to 1 mile and an eighth. That's a big for a horse that's going to be probably 2-1. That's going to be a little more than I would want to bite off.
You led right into my next question because it relates to number 8, Final Storm, second off the claim for trainer Phil D'Amato. Has never been 2 turns, but it looks like they had a plan in mind. They took this horse for $50,000 2 races back. There was a 4-way shake. Immediately put him on the turf, and he ran his best by her speed figure of 75. He's going to have to improve a little bit more and increase his distance capabilities to around 2 turns. But having said all that, have you seen either of his 2 work since his last race?
Yeah, I've seen both of these horses, both these drills. Both of them are good. I suspect it'll run right back. It ran a bang-up race last time, but it does it does run in the afternoons like a late running sprinter. We'll see if it wants to go a mile and 1/8. I don't really have a sense whether it does or not. I just was going by the running lines and thought it felt late running sprinter, running lines to me.
Race number 9 is the 5th and final stakes race on today's card. It's named in honor of Miller. It's the Miller Stakes, $125,000 guaranteed for 3-year-old fillies, traveling a mile and a 16th on the main track. We've got a field of 7. Number 4, Grand Slam Smile, who's never finished worse than second for the trainer Steve Speck, shipping in from Northern California, ridden by Frank Alvarado, is the 8-5 morning line favorite. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Andy, we want to watch a workout for number 1, Safa, from the Gary Studi Barn. This was a solo workout on May 20th, not that long ago, just 5 mornings ago. What'd you like about this workout?
This horse, this is a drill. It's just a 102. This is Tiago up on the horse. The horse exuded to me when I was watching it, health. It looks super healthy. The coat was glowing. Everything about this drill looked like this is a very happy horse. When Tyler rode it last time, they broke fine, and I guess you have to ride this horse. I talked to Derek Lawson, who's Tiago's agent and the breeder of this horse.
Absolutely right.
And he said, I asked him about this, and he said, Tiago had to go down to South America on vacation, and Tyler didn't really know you're supposed to ride this horse. She'll give you more, early. You don't have, but if you just drop the reins, she'll be far back, which she was way too far back last time. This is just a tight hole drill in the 3-path. Just looks super healthy to me. It's one of those drills that probably doesn't look like much on tape, but in the morning when I was watching it, it just the glow, when they talk about coat glow, that's what it looked like to me. So
the final time, Andy, was 102. It reminded me of the famous phrase that Charlie Whittingham once said, "Time only matters when you're in jail." And you can see visually she did that so well, and she was well off the rail that I agree with you. It's kind of a buried workout because it was only the 32nd best of 49 at that distance that morning, but visually it was very, very impressive.
Yeah, I think she'll run her best race. Tiago obviously has won with her. About 3 or 4 races ago, the light went on with this horse. It's had a little bad luck. It's gotten close. It ran a big second in an Evening Jewel. Obviously, the favorite, who's my second choice in here, Grand Slam Smile, will be tough. She runs every time. But I think this is an improving horse. And I'm interested to see if she's got more ceiling. So we went with Safa, the 1 horse in this 9th race.
A lot of time players kind of disregard California breds in days like this, but I'll remind you, last year's winner of the Miller was a runner by the name of Ceiling Crusher. All she did was go back to Parks in September and win the Grade 1 Cotillion. Turned out to be one of the best 3-year-old fillies in the country. We'll see if any of the runners from this year's Miller can duplicate that success. We close out the day in race number 10, offering $5 golden hour daily double wagering, linking our last race here with the last race at Golden Game. We're coming down the Hillside Turf Course. It's 6.5 furlongs. It's a straight allowance race, non-winners of 1 other than. Scratch the also eligible. Number 12 leaves us with a field of 11. Number 10, Left-Hand Man, is the lukewarm 7-2 morning line favorite. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Andy, we want to watch a workout for Leia's Candy. This workout was back on April 27th. It was a team drill. Leia's Candy is the one in the back of the 2 workmates. Outside, he's actually going to wind up being outside in the red cap. Tell us why you like this workout.
This is the only drill they have on tape, but this was terrific. Broke about 5 behind this horse who, Sluice Joy is a useful type of horse. It just inhales this. This is Antonio Fresu up on the horse. Rispoli is on the horse today for the race, but you can see this horse just breezes up under a tight hold, gets ahead in front at the wire. Subsequent to this drill, it worked with Judge Miller on May 11th. And Judge Miller, who's a terrific workhorse and might be a star eventually, they were head and head pretty much. I couldn't separate them by that much. See, just under a tight hold, gallops out well. In this Leia's Candy's last race, it broke a little slow and was kind of gunned to the lead. And I got tired late. I think this is going to get more of a patient type of ride. That work also may spotlight that maybe they're going to take the horse back a little further than he's been before. So I put all those together and I got 5-1 on this horse. So we're going to go with Leia's Candy in the final for the Mark Glatt barn.
I'm not going to let you off that easy. We can see you've got your second selection is number 4, Uncle John, coming off the long layoff, 20-1 on the morning line from the Pete Urton barn. What do you like about him?
Joe's been working this horse. He did it in the last draw. It's got, I think it's going to make a last run. I'm not 100% sure if it's cranked up, but we will see. It doesn't have a super long pattern, but Pete Urton can get horses ready on these without these kind of like long, flashy drills. He's a 5/8, 4 furlong kind of trainer and does a lot of galloping. So maybe the drills aren't really the whole picture on this horse's fitness level.
Andy, want to thank you so much for your time and insight today. You always do such a great job. And for those of you who want to follow Andy on a regular basis, I would strongly encourage you to go to nationalturf.com. You can purchase his daily workout report on a daily basis. And as I mentioned in the opening, you certainly will be a better handicapper once you start reading the report. Hope you're able to celebrate your birthday now that all your work duties are over. I was kind of a stick in the mud. But glad that you could join us on your special day.
Glad to spend some time with you.
Thanks so much, Andy. One more reminder, as if we didn't talk about enough wagering, the lucrative $1 coast-to-coast pick 5. If you've been tracking the path, they've been astronomical. A couple of weeks, consecutive weeks in a row, a few weeks back, paid in excess of $100,000. Last week, it paid in excess of $10,000. It links races from here at San Anita with our sister track in South Florida, Gulfstream Park. Today's 5-race sequence begins with Gulfstream Park, race number 9. 2:01 p.m. Pacific time is first post for the coast-to-coast pick 5. $1 minimum, low 15% takeout. And make sure that you join us again tomorrow. We've got another outstanding 10-race card. We'll do another seminar at 11:50 a.m. Pacific time. Hope you have a great afternoon. Enjoy Calbred Gold Rush Day and have fun.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, where the track is fast, the turf course is firm, and the rail on the turf is out 10 feet. Here are the changes. There are no changes in the first race. In the second, no super high five wagering. Scratch number 6, Statsuk. Race 3, the Thor's Echoes. Scratch number 3, Big City Lights. There's no show wagering in the third. The fourth is the Crystal Water, and we do have a middle pick 4 offered on races 4, 5, 6, and 7. No scratches or jockey changes. Fifth race starts the pick 6. Scratch 3, Ace Ace Baby. Scratch 5, Willow Cove. 3 and 5 out of the fifth. The sixth kicks off the all-turf pick 3. Also starts the late pick 5. It's the Franz Valentine. Scratch number 2, Jesse Bear. Number 4, Sneaker carries 4 pounds over. 9 Moments Pleasure, 2 pounds over. In the seventh, scratch number 2, Tizzy Twister. The eighth race is the Snow Chief. No scratches or jockey changes. The ninth, the Melaire, is the start of the Golden Hour, pick 4. And in race 10, scratch number 12, Bronco Nagurski, the Golden Hour double, starts with the 10th. It's time for the first. In 24 minutes, enjoy the Calbreds today. We do have the Coast to Coast pick 5 starting at Gulfstream at 2:01 Pacific, 5:01 Eastern. Every Saturday and Sunday, low 15% takeout. $1 minimum wager for the Coast to Coast pick 5.